Nerd Herd Streaming, brought to you by Commando Gaming and Strategic Gaming, brought to you live on twitch.tv at nerdherdstreaming.com. So we're bringing a new game to you today. It's called Rome Total War. This is a classic game that came out quite a while ago. It was one of the probably the high water mark of the Total War series in my experience. It's been recently completely remastered with upgraded graphics and sound. The game engine's supposed to be a little improved, making it a little bit more challenging. And it's also supposed to be a little bit more user-friendly with the interface. Let me increase the volume just a little bit before we get started. This game has a really amazing audio soundtrack. So it's one of the most fun parts of this game is the soundtrack is a lot of fun and it really immerses you in the game. So this game takes you back to 270 BC and the Roman Empire as it was just starting to become what it became. So let's jump into it. It's a single player game. We're going to play the Imperial campaign. We're going to do the short campaign for the purposes of this stream. So you have to capture 50 provinces and capture Rome to become the supreme ruler of Rome. So let's go with that. Actually, no, let's keep it regular campaign. At least 50 provinces and capturing Rome is our goal. So we're keeping everything at default for now. I've played this game hundreds of hours, both on the PC and the iPad. Incidentally, this game has a very nice iPad version. So if you're traveling and you want to have a strategy game that you can play on your iPad that's very complex and challenging, I would encourage you to look at this. It's still one of the most popular strategy games on the iPad. So definitely check that out. Okay, so we select our faction here. So we can select Julii, Brutii, or Scipii. I almost always choose Julii because I was a big fan of Julius Caesar. So let's go ahead and start the campaign. I'm going to play the cutscenes for you, even though I've seen them 1,000 times, just so you can get a real feel for the gameplay. Let's get into it.
Gods. I hate gauls. My grandfather hated them too, even before they put out his eyes. Did you think I'd be out here on the frontier without good reason? Yes, Rome needs a strong frontier. No, Rome doesn't need unwashed barbarians at her gates. So, that's why I'm here, the leader of the Julii, to bring Roman order to stinking Gauls. Revenge? That'd be good too.
Hey, Thomas.
This war against the Gauls won't last long.
I don't know if you've played this game before, but it's one of my classic strategy favorites, and it just got digitally remastered, so we're giving it a spin. Especially since my BTA is not working at the moment.
Those Carthaginian elephant riders. The Scipii and the Brutii families too.
This is just a cutscene.
After all, the man who controls Rome rules the world. And one day, I will be emperor.
right, so that gives you a good summary for the basis of this game. You're starting out as the leader of a family faction in the Roman Empire, and your goal is to not only grow the empire, but also to make yourself the dominant leader. Thomas says he played this when it came out. He played Medieval and Shogun as well. I like both of those as well. But I always found that this game had the the best gameplay and graphics and etc. combination. So, all right. So we have a Senate mission assigned. So throughout your campaign, you're going to have missions assigned by the Senate. Now, you can either take these missions or you can ignore them. But it significantly helps you with bonuses and perks if you succeed in as many of these missions as possible. Okay, so if you succeed, we have to capture the settlement. If we succeed, we get a bonus from the Senate. So we definitely want to look at that. All right, so let's zoom in here. So this is our starting armies right here and right here. So let's put those two armies together. You can't read the cards, Thomas? I'm looking at the stream and it looks okay on my end. It might be, are you looking at them on your phone? That might be part of the problem. Okay, so let's take some additional forces and add them into our force here. And we're going to send our force off to that settlement, which will take a round. Low resolution. I've got the resolution up pretty high on my end, and you should be able to see it. I'm looking at the sample, and it looks like it's okay on my end, so it might be your phone. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go into our menu for each of our... I'm not going to have auto manage on. Hold on one second. My mouse is giving me a hard time here. Okay, there we go. So one of the things you want to do is build paved roads and farming as much as possible, and trader. All those things will increase your income and your travel speed of your forces. Very important in this game. Okay. Let's look at our other... Okay, so we're going to do some builds here. Upgrading your cities is always one of the biggest challenges in this game because it's very expensive. But like any other game like this, you're going to get a lot more out of your settlements by spending money early on your... on your cities. Okay, so we've done everything we can, so let's go to the next turn. This is a turn-based game. So it's real-time strategy when you're in the battle, and then it's turn-based when you're on the strategy map. So the Gauls, which are basically German tribes, want to offer trade rights. Let's see. So I'm going to make a counter offer. I'm going to offer trade rights, map information. Wait, no. Take that out. I'm going to offer map information, trade rights, and I'm going to ask them to give me one of their regions. They'll probably decline this. Let's make the offer. Okay, so they're turning us down. Okay, that's fine. Yes, of course, Thomas. Northern Italy, Germany, and France for the Gauls. That is technically correct. Okay, so we have the opportunity to have one of our children betrothed, and that gives us an extra cavalry unit. So we're going to accept that. Trading off your daughters for a new commander is always a worthy trade. Right, so that's our marriage celebrations. This is our end of turn report. It tells us financially what's going on. We're losing money, but that's okay, because we're going to make money once we capture this area over here. Give me 1 second. See if I can tab out of the game. My mouse is being very finicky right now. Alright, we'll just have to deal with it. I'll just adjust. Alright, so let's go and capture this settlement, which is our objective here, right? Okay. Okay, so we're just gathering information about the forces on hand. And we're going to attack this town. Now, we have the ability when you attack the town to either lay siege, which takes a number of turns, or you can attack. Now, if you attack and they have defenses set up, you're not going to be able to succeed. And then if they don't have any defenses, here they have no defenses, so we can go for a straight attack. So let's do that. And that will drop us into the attack screen here. Tells us the distribution of forces. As you can see, I have a significant numerical advantage. So we're going to go ahead and attack. And it's going to zoom in and transition to the battle map. Ooh. That's not good. Let me see if I could fix this. Okay.
Never met us on a field of battle. After today, they will flee at the sound of our approach. And now, to arms! Let us harden our hearts and think of Rome and all we can do.
Let me max the resolution here. 1 second. Having a real problem with my mouse here. There we go. Gonna max the resolution. There we go. That fixed it. Sorry about that, guys. So one of the fun things about this game is your commanders give speeches before they start the battles, and it's always fun to watch. Ah. Hold on, it didn't accept the change. Ah. My mouse is really driving me crazy here, guys. Sorry about that. It's become super, super sensitive. Not sure why. It might be the game that's making it super sensitive. It's really hard to do anything here. Give me 1 second. And you can't really change this to windowed version. So it's a little hard to stream it this way. So hang in with me. I'm going to fix it right now. There we go. All right. Okay. All right. Now we fixed it for the most part. It's not quite right. Let me try it again. There. Okay. Now we got max resolution. Okay. We're good now. All right, so now we can start our deployment for the battle. Okay, so as you can see, this is the Roman army. We've got 3 cavalry forces. We have got our infantry. And we have our support units, including archers. Archers you almost always want to select as having fire arrows because it causes the enemy to panic and break their formation. Alright, so let's start the battle here. Alright, the enemy, for the most part, a lot of it is out in the open. So we're going to select our entire force. Easiest way to do that is to click on the cards here. And we're going to attack the initial force that's out in the open. Alright, we're setting our force to charge. The cavalry is going to run ahead. Normally I do flanking with the cavalry, but we have a significant numerical advantage against this force, so I'm not too worried about heavy strategy. We're going to charge in against the infantry here. Infantry's at a significant disadvantage when the cavalry charges. You can also charge through the enemy.
General, please! Press forward so the spirit of his army is broken too.
Alright, we've broken the enemy's spirit. Simply with our cavalry force. This could be a real quick, easy battle here. Because this is not a significant enemy force.
The enemy general is slain, and now his men fear us. It is time to press the attack. The enemy show their true virtue. They are not soldiers, only frightened rabbits running from our men.
Alright, so we can continue the battle, which I always recommend because you get more prisoners.
Rome demands victory from her generals, and this day is clearly our victory.
Alright, so we've succeeded in capturing this settlement. So we killed 241, and we lost 5 cavalrymen. So that was a very successful mission. Okay, so then once we capture a settlement, we're given the option to occupy the settlement, enslave the populace, or exterminate. If you exterminate, you get a lot of money. If you enslave, you get a little bit of money. But we're going to occupy this settlement. And we need to start building up our defenses for the settlement. So let's build some walls, some roads, some farms, and a military barracks. Okay, and we now have some money available, so we have to keep building our forces. So let's build some more infantry. Including Town Watch, which is good for just defending. The Town Watch is good because they will basically keep the populace under control, but they're not useful as far as military campaigns. They will not help you very much. But they are good at just keeping the Town Watch is basically like like the police for a settlement. Okay, so we're given 5,000 denarii for the successful capture of that settlement, which is good. Okay. Oh, we've got a Gaul army right here. And our next objective is probably going to be to capture this Gaul settlement over here. So let's reset. Follow AI movement. Mouse sensitivity is driving me crazy. I've got Alright, so we have a large force here, so we need to leave at least some of this force to protect this settlement. So we'll take our most powerful force. Take 2 cavalry units. We'll leave a cavalry unit behind. Or an infantry unit behind, along with a commander to protect the settlement. And let's move our force. We're also going to lower the tax rate. Actually, they're pretty happy, so we can leave them alone. We don't have to lower the tax rate. One of the ways to keep your new settlements happy is to lower the tax rate. They see that as a benefit from what they were dealing with earlier. Okay, let's end our turn. All right, take a settlement, Narbu Tarsus. So let's find out where oh, that's way over there. So we have another settlement we need to take. Okay. All right, that's a pretty significant settlement that we're supposed to take in 10 turns. So I have to think about whether it's in our best interest to take that mission or not. You'd be awarded a unit of spearmen. So is it worth getting a unit of spearmen? Probably not, because that's a pretty aggressive move. And it's going to put me at a disadvantage strategically if I go after that village right now. So I'm probably going to pass that Senate assignment. Okay. So we got a large enemy force in the open. Let's see if we can fight them. Oh, we forced them to retreat. Alright, so now we have this enemy force out in the open. We're going to engage in combat against the Gauls. Sometimes it's much better to attack the enemy when they're out in the open, because then they don't have the benefit of their defenses. Alright, start the deployment. So we're going to wait. Let's go ahead and start the deployment against the enemy here. Alright, so we're in a forest. Yeah, that's a good point, Thomas. So when you have a large city, you cause them to come out and fight you. I agree. But in this situation, We've got a large enemy force out in the open. And let's go. Yeah, let's put the spearmen in the front. Yeah, that works out well. Alright, so let's start the battle. Okay, so they seem content to come to us. So let's make sure our archers are using fire. And we're going to use our cavalry to aggressively flank the enemy here. So let's go to the left with our cavalry. And see what they do. Okay, they're reacting to our cavalry. So we'll send our cavalry to flank. We're going to send our infantry to attack the enemy. Keep them distracted. For the most part, cavalry is king in this game. So let's flank with our cavalry here. Our infantry is moving to engage. Oh, their cavalry's coming after our cavalry. But the real beauty of the cavalry is you cause their formations to get out of alignment. Until we can attack their light cavalry right here. Cause an enemy force to retreat. Then we could go after their commanding general right here. If we take out their general, the enemy is going to be in a hard place. There we go. We killed the enemy general.
It is time to press the attack.
And then what we could do is we could take our whole force and attack the enemy infantry. See if we can break the enemy battle line with a cavalry charge here. Okay, they retreated. Let's continue that battle. Kill as many of the enemy as possible. This has become a complete rout now. Alright, our cavalry will finish off the enemy here. As you can see, our cavalry is pretty effective at just mowing the enemy down. Okay. That should be it. The last enemies are leaving the field. Alright. So we lost 13 units to kill 3. Pretty successful. The enemy did succeed. The enemy general was also killed. So that was a good battle for us. Let's have our force actually head towards the enemy city. We can also have our spy move there as well. And that will be the end of our turn here, but we can also, we have some additional forces, so let's start moving those additional forces away from the center of our map, because we want to build up a second army here. Yeah, the enemy general did succeed in dying in the battle. That is true. Alright, let's send some reinforcements to our army, since we lost some cavalry last mission. And that will be the end of this turn. like I said, there's a very good version of this game for tablets, which I use even today when I'm traveling and I'm at an airport and I want something to distract me for an hour. I'll open this up and play it on the tablet. And it's very entertaining. Okay. So I want to take our force. First I want to take our spy and find out what's going on in this town over here. Okay, it gives us information on the units that are in the town. Also the defenders. And it gives us a 40% chance that the spy will open the gates if we attack. Okay. And we're going to send our force to lay siege to this town. Okay, so it has defenses. So what we can do is we can build a battering ram, which takes one turn, so we can break down the gates of the town. So let's do that. There's also a chance that they'll move their force out to face me. Okay. All right, that's the end of that turn. Okay, we've got some diplomatic information. Information on our recruiting. This mouse really is driving me crazy. It's way too sensitive. All right. So let's, we have some recruits. So let's move them over because we're developing a second army. And now our army here has the ability to attack because we built a siege ram which can break down the walls. So let's go ahead and attack. Okay, so numerically our forces are pretty even, but as far as battle value, since I have a lot of cavalry, we're actually at a significant advantage from it when it comes to battle strength. Plus I have some very good supporting units. So let's go ahead and then start this assault. Also want to encourage everyone, I'm going to take 30 seconds to see if I can fix my mouse. So just enjoy the cutscene while I see if I can improve my mouse. It's way too sensitive. Cursor speed. All right, I've lowered the cursor speed.
As if that will protect them. I have never yet lost a fight against these men. I have
Okay.
no intention of starting.
That cursor speed is a lot better now.
We will gain another victory. We go now to our bloody business.
There you can see our battering ram. And let's start the deployment. Okay, so we have the battering ram. And then we have our other forces. And let's see, where's the... So the battering ram will go through any of the wall here. Now, where's their gate? We can kind of scroll around, see if we can find... There's their gate right in the middle there. And our spy has a chance to open up the gate. But let's assume that he won't. Right, so what we do very simply is we select our ram. We select the gate that we want destroyed. And we send our ram to destroy the gate so we can charge into the enemy base. We can also move our archers up in support. And they'll start attacking the enemy that's within range. Doesn't look like the enemy wants to defend the gate, that the part of the wall that we're attacking, which is good for us. So our ram will start literally breaking down the fence, the gate here. Now, you can speed this up, but for those of people that aren't familiar with the game, I'm trying to show you some of the game mechanics here. So, as you can see, the ram is about to break through the fence. Right, our archers are under fire, so we can actually pull them back. Let's do that. Our ram is continuing to break through the fence. Oh, and the game crashed. Alright, Okay, that's not the most exciting way for us to finish this stream. But I just wanted to give this game a try. We'll probably be doing future streams. There's some mechanics I need to fix as far as this game before I can continue streaming it with the cursor and with some of the graphics. So I'll be back with another edition real soon. What I think I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a quick break, and then I'm going to get set up and play some MechWarrior 5 to get ready for the introduction of MechWarrior 5 on Steam, including the new DLC. So let's end here, and we'll be back with some MechWarrior 5 gameplay.